All right, let's take you to this now. The South African Social Security Agency is holding a special engagement session with SASSA Acting Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Themba Matlou, addressing that gathering. Let's take a look now.
So that only eligible beneficiaries are paid and there's data integrity. We must also report, colleagues, that we are excited that part of the stringent measures that we are putting in place, we have concluded a long-awaited engagement with the union to implement what we call biometric enrollment verification systems, which will assist us in fraud detection, fraud prevention in the system, and we are very glad that we have piloted this system over the years to many of our offices. We are ready to roll it out so that we are able to clean some corruption that we are finding in our space. We must also give credit to the extensive investigation collaborations that we had with the key stakeholders, including law enforcement, with this arrest that happened recently. We have signed a number of memorandum of understanding with this department to assist us to deal with this level of fraud. We also, as an organization, build capacity within our risk and compliance unit to make sure that we fight corruption every day and every week. We want to restore the dignity and the trust and the confidence of our people in the integrity of SASSA grant system. We have decided to take this issue of fraud management as a flagship project in the organization. We also are aware, colleagues, that we have service delivery challenges that is confronting most of our clients in different parts of local offices and the service offices, including number of long queues that we are exposed to, staff attitude, delayed in grant application process. But we are glad that we also have a good story to tell, that in attempting to deal with all these challenges that we have received from the community, we have now institutionalized frontline service delivery monitoring system, which has been integrated in our business process to ensure that we provide quality and efficiency in the work that we do, and also including better management practices and service delivery improvement plans. We have rolled out queue management systems in our offices, deployed the kiosk model, which is equipped with the online applications platform to reduce the waiting time in many of our local offices. As we reported in the recent month, colleagues are aware that we're under extreme pressure from civil society organizations and everyone regarding the migration of the card from gold to black card. We have informed the nation what was the reason for us to do this switch. It was important to do this switch as advised by the South African Reserve Bank after picking up some fraud risk and vulnerability in the gold card, and they advised that we need to strengthen the issue of security in the card. As a result, Postbank had to commence with the process of replacing the card as early as October 2024. SASSA had to step in to support the implementation of the rollout of the plan since the announcement of the deadline by the Postbank. And these interventions by SASSA witnessed the much improved turnaround, including shortening the long queues in various sites, expanding the sites where there was shortage of sites by rolling out what we call special outreach to different parts of our provinces. We also strengthened collaboration with municipalities, traditional authorities, and churches, where we were able to use various facilities that were provided to us as alternative sites. To this end, we are happy that we have witnessed almost more than 1.3 million beneficiaries that have already replaced their cards. With almost 560,000 beneficiaries decided to switch to other commercial bank, as empowered by the Section 23 of subsection A1 of the Social Assistance Act, that provide that beneficiaries have a choice to have preferred method payment of their choice, and they can only come to SASSA to request that switch. As we speak, we only have less than 940,000 who are still need to do the card swap. But we have since also appreciated the moment that we had with the South African Reserve Bank and Post Office, that after having to mitigate the risk, Reserve Bank has agreed that beneficiaries can still have the opportunity to swap their cards because the process has not stopped. And this process will still continue. And also we got an affirmation from Reserve Bank that beneficiaries will still receive their money come April payment. Members of media, everyone here, as indicated in the beginning, this moment is a very opportune moment for all of us. We are looking forward for continuous support in the work that we do, especially in sharing the good story and information with our people. Of course, as important stakeholders, we know that you should also hold us accountable on the challenges that we may not have the sight of, backed by factual information for us to be allowed to follow them through and report back to you with the intervention that we'll have taken. We serve the same constituency, colleagues. Our goal is to improve the life of our people. Therefore, let's join hands in this struggle. Our services, SASSA, encompasses all Batupele principles, and we are bound by our constitution to do exactly that. At all material times, we must be consultative, courteous, accessible, informative, open, and transparent in dealing with the complaints, and give the best value and have the best standard, because we are judged with this Batupele principle. Let me conclude by quoting our late Minister of Social Development when he launched SASSA on the 30th of March 2007, when he said, "We cannot be complacent in the face of dire poverty, which afflict anguish on a daily basis to our vulnerable people." We look forward to engagement, colleagues. Thank you very much.
All right, that's the special engagement session there with the acting CEO of SASSA, that is Mr. Themba Matlou. He's speaking about the critical issues surrounding social grants, especially the priority areas that are being given, as well as some of the strategic initiatives. And part of what he talks about is that issue around the swapping over of the cards, saying that more than 1.3 million beneficiaries have replaced their cards, and then you've got like less than 900,000 that are still to make the swaps, and beneficiaries, of course, can still make use of this process of swapping their cards as this continues. It didn't stop when the deadline came and went, and then saying that they are now also finding some of the beneficiaries are opting to get their money via the different banking services. So we'll continue then to watch that one for you. Mulemawa Onemotwa is attending that particular special engagement there to be able to just get a sense of some of the strategic interventions that SASSA will now need to put in place. Remember, there's also that issue of that court case that is now, before the courts, and you do have some of their own officials that are being accused of fraud as far as around 260 million is concerned.